Hi everybody! I'm warming up to doing a big reading on the Democrats suing everybody, and that'll be fascinating, I'm sure. But in the meantime, I've just had one bugging me. I haven't even got to the Pentecostals yet. You know, the list just grows on an hourly basis. Keith Schiller. Now, bodyguards are special people. Good bodyguards are worth gold. They really, really know how to keep their mouths shut. They see it all, and they have a very special role to play for the rich and the powerful. You know, they really, really, really do. And very few of them actually sell their stories and stuff. I mean, they're a pretty solid breed as a rule. But what makes Keith Schiller tick, because he would have known everything, including, was there a Trump love child? Would it surprise you to know that Donald Trump had got one of the women who works for him up the duff and paid her off to raise the child in comfortable obscurity? Probably wouldn't, but Keith would have known all about that. Anyway, I had an issue I got started on this reading, had an issue with audio. I'm redoing it, but I've put the cards out that I got because it was only a little 5-carder, and I've just started getting my brain into what they were about. So let us continue from this point. Okay. So here in the centre, we have the moon for Keith. Secrets. Deep secrets, sexual secrets, all sorts of secrets. And he was pretty bloody good at keeping those secrets. So he certainly did that part of his role well. Behind him, and each card is important obviously in a 5-card reading. So what's immediately behind him is the 9 of Swords. And I take this, on one hand, I was quite surprised when Keith, who had been dragged out of, let's say, normal life and given a door to the good life by Trump sort of promoting him beyond his wildest dreams in New York and then taking him to the White House. I think this card is about that time at the White House. I think he realised suddenly it's a very different story being in the pocket of the president than being in the pocket of a real estate mogul hooning around New York. Very different game. He saw that the knives were out. People were actually out after him too, Schiller himself, as well as the Donald. So he was not comfortable at all. I thought it was just mercenary that he left, and that was the line, he could get better pay somewhere else, and I'm sure that's true. But this would indicate tension, conflict, nastiness. Not that he's not up to a bit of argy-bargy, but this was deep-rooted stuff. I think he saw the writing on the wall, and he saw, you know what, this gig isn't going to be fun anymore, it's going to be hellish. So I think that's why he bailed. Underneath the 7 of Wands, oh, ignore that phone. It's not my phone. It's the people who live here, and I don't know how to turn it off. So I'm just going to talk louder and move right along. So this, with the 7 of Wands, if I can work out where the pause is, I could pause it. Oh no, it just stopped. It's hard moving around. Okay, so 7 of Wands, out there, yeah, it's a pugnacious sort of personality, and it's someone who's not afraid of a battle. But Keith, on some level, likes to know where he stands. He'll be loyal to you, but he wants to know the parameters of how he is employed and what it's going to be. And I think there are all these conflicted sort of attacks going on, multiple cross-purpose attacks, and that's not his world. He didn't enjoy it, and he decided to bail at the right time. So what drove him? Yes, money was a factor. This is a card of payoffs to the Six of Pentacles, compromise and payoff. Given that he would have, well, apparently it's said that he actually went and got the various women, because although Trump has a hugely bad record of sexually assaulting women that he has power over, his main modus is just to be the playboy. And so the women are consensually going to have rendezvous with the Donald, and he would have been there with the driver organising them. And we know that much from the backstory. So this raises the question of Michael Cohen's office. So, I'm sorry, let's say you're being paid $2,000 a week to be Trump's bodyguard. And let's say you start having to do all these extra activities. Well, wouldn't you be going every now and again to someone, maybe Michael Cohen, and saying, you know what, I'm sitting on a lot of shit for this dude. If I'm going to do this and not say that, why don't you pay me some more? I think he tried to get, and maybe did get, some extra pocket money on the side, and Michael Cohen may or may not have a record of this. But I think Schiller could actually end up being brought in for questioning. Also, if he did go to Moscow, I can't remember, so please comment if you know whether he did go on the dreaded Moscow trips or not. I think he did. I think there's more on Schiller now. He hasn't got off scot-free. And short-term outcome, yes, it's the Page of Coins. So it represents to me a younger Schiller. So this goes way back. The take, the money, the things that he took, hush money for engineering, hush money, and makes you wonder who might have been the standover guy. I think he was already gone with Stormy. Makes you wonder who the standover guy was. I suspect he's fulfilled that role from time to time and wanted to be paid for it. I hadn't thought of that before. All right. Short one for Keith. Now I'm going to get to the Democrats.